Hey guys, this is Mike with Open It and Play. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends VHS series Green Goblin and Mary Jane Watson 2-pack. So this 2-pack came out quite a while back. I had it in the States for a long time before I got it, but after bringing it back to Japan, I still hadn't reviewed it. So it's been sitting around for quite a while. To be honest, I wasn't sure if this 2-pack was going to have a lot of stuff that I wanted, but eventually I decided I would like to try the Mary Jane figure that came in here, compare it to the Mary Jane head and figure that we got before. The previous one you may know is the Gwen Stacy / Mary Jane figure. And then I took some of the Cyberfrog Heather Swain figures and I decided to make those into Mary Jane's too. But anyways, the Cyberfrog Heather Swain figure is great because you can use it for basically any 90s character. But anyways, without further ado, let's get this thing open. This is the time of the no plastic packaging. So we'll see what's going on with this pack. So right off the bat, you have this rather chintzy or kind of awful glider. It's got the just bare bones approach where there's just giant gaps here in the wings. Don't know how well that would work for the aerodynamics. And the bottom part you can see is severely lacking. It does have a peg hole, so you can stick it onto the stand that comes with the Marvel Legends things. Unfortunately, this pack does not come with it. Off the top of my head, maybe Hawkeye's kind of like Sky Cycle vehicle has it. I'm not sure what other things have had it over the years, but there's not so many things that have had it. Moving on to the other accessories, it looks like we're going more with the Green Goblin. So we've got his alternate head, which this is, I think it's supposed to be Norman Osborn, but he does look a bit young for Norman, so you could probably use it as a Harry version. It would have to be an older Harry, but the face printing technology is quite good, so the detail is there, but I don't know if this hair is quite going to cut it. You got kind of a gap there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but some of the Marvel Legends, they have like a pretty big gap where they didn't glue it down properly. That sort of drives me crazy. But I don't know if it's shown up on camera, but it does have red paint detailing for a lot of the stripes here. So I really like that they put that attention to detail into it. It's a lot better than just a flat brown. So, okay, and then we have the little pumpkin bomb case, which is here. Again, it's Mary Jane's bag. So when this comes with Mary Jane, it really doesn't work for me. It's like, hey, it's Mary Jane's purse. Oh, no, wait, it's the Goblin's pumpkin bomb sack. What the heck? Anyways, and then we also have this little pumpkin bomb, okay? And it's got a green flame this time. I think the other one might have a yellowish or orangish flame. It's kind of hard to remember, but the green is kind of a nice touch. Okay, and we also have this little teeny tiny bag. I'm just gonna get these out real quick. It looks like it's probably gonna be alternate hands for Mary Jane, which is what we've got. So we've got our typical, typical female hand and female fist. So nothing special there, but at least they are, kind of a skin color. So not black gloves, not white gloves, but an actual skin tone this time. Okay. Moving on, let's see. Have any other accessories? I doubt it. I think this will probably just be the figures. Okay, it's the two figures, and sorry, the focus was locked, so it's not in focus. First, we'll look at Green Goblin. He's probably the more dynamic of the two. Whoops, there he is. Okay, so this guy's got pretty bright colors. A lot of people noted through the YouTube videos that I've watched, at least on this figure, is that the colors don't match the cartoon very well. I think the cartoon did have a differentiation between these two, but I don't know if this is accurate or not. You're not going to be able to take my word for it on this one. So, but I will tell you that I think it looks really cheap in hand. It's just a little too bright. It doesn't quite work for me. But obviously, if you're a Green Goblin fan, it's kind of nice to have another version of the Green Goblin suit. And I'm a big Green Goblin guy, so I do appreciate having another version, but I don't know how often I'm gonna like have this on display. It looks like a pretty good thing for like a kid's toy, but if you're like most people, this 2-pack was not really readily available. I think it was only on Hasbro Pulse maybe. And it was pain in the butt to get, and it probably wasn't the cheapest price. I don't remember how much it was, but I want to say around $46, but I'm not positive. So, okay. And this guy, he's the usual Goblin body, so or the modern Marvel Legends Goblin body. But we'll take a look at his posability. His head is on the hinge and ball combination. He has this little overlay to make his collar, and this fits in, but it does fit really tight, really hard. So if you've got kids playing with this, they're probably not going to be able to change the heads without mom and dad's help. Okay, and we'll put this around his neck if we can get it there. Whoops. Okay, so there he is. Wow, these stiff joints are giving me some trouble. Okay, and this figure, because I'm getting used to the pinless figures, this figure's already not holding up very well. This is a really soft, really gummy, rubbery joint, and that design on that old joint is just not cutting it. It moves just ever so slightly. Obviously, you do have two of them, so you can push the other one to move further, but it is a really limited joint. Okay, and moving on, his arms will go up to here, so that's about 90. He's got usual shoulder joint. He's got his bicep cut, the double jointed pinned arms that will get you about there. You can push it a different way, but it's just like moving on its own back into a straighter position. These appear to be overlays, but the inside of that part will be really thin, so I don't think you're going to be able to use that for another figure. The overlay piece you could use for something, but okay, and then the horizontal hinge at the wrist for both hands. Okay, his diaphragm joint is not a diaphragm joint really, it's just an ab crunch. Back that far, forward that far, side to side of course is nothing. He's got torso twist, waist cut. He's got this little belt that does have some nice gold paint on it. It's not done the best. If this will zoom in, you can see a little bit of extra paint on the inside there. Whoops. On the inside here. But it's not terrible. Not terribly noticeable, I should say. His legs will kick up just a heck of a lot. That's because you got a lot of free space in this joint. Excuse me. The thigh cut is really smooth, but it's probably going to be loose in the future. He's got double jointed pinless knees that will get you back that far. And he does have boot cut, which is nice. And he does have the ankle hinge that goes forward decent amount, back very far. Forward, you might be able to get it over one of these bumps, but I can't really tell you for sure if it's going to be feasible. Kind of have to damage the picture. Figure. Okay, and he's also got his usual ankles. Oh my goodness, I can't think of the name. ankle boot cut. He's got his ankle joint, and he's got his oh, I cannot think of the words. Help me, guys. I'm sorry. I think you can tell I have a cold today. Not feeling the best, but I wanted to do at least one review today. But pivot, ankle pivot. Jeez, that took a while. I am in poor health, I guess. Okay, the Goblin stands. Let's check where he's at for his height. He stands at about here, so that's gonna be almost 6¼ inches. That'll be about 15.7 centimeters. Okay. Ankle pivot, ankle pivot. I'll put him in the background for now, and let's look at a Mary Jane figure real quick. She's probably going to be a little bit less exciting, though I think we are dealing with a new sculpt. Okay, and Mary Jane, she's also very colorful. Let's get her in focus. Okay, so for this Mary Jane, you can see she has long red hair that comes down nicely over her shoulders. It's going to limit our articulation a lot, but the face sculpt is nice. I think they did a good job on that. The body is pretty small, pretty diminutive, or pretty petite, but I think it's pretty accurate to the show. All right, try to get her moving. Ooh, we got some unfriendly joints from the start. This wrist joint feels like it's going to break. When I twist it, it tries to twist back. That's kind of spooky. I'm going to take it easy on that guy because I think I need some hot water for this one. Okay, heat it up before you bend it if you have a similar situation. Probably most of you guys already have this, but if you're thinking about buying it on the secondary market, this should hopefully be of help to some people. Okay, for Mary Jane, her head is actually on a dumbbell joint, so that's a newer technology employed on this figure. It's not done very well, but it's not terrible either. It's sitting down in there a little too deep. Oh, come on. Okay, sorry. It's sitting down in there a little too deep, so it doesn't have great range, but I think she'll be able to do most of the things you want. For looking up, you're going to have to depend on her diaphragm joint. But anyways, side to side, she has attitude, though it is a bit limited by her hair. Okay. And then her arms will go up to there, all the way around, though it does feel a bit janky. She's got single jointed elbows that will get you that far. Those little pegs on here really feel like they're twisting, so I don't really want to push this, but it seems to be working a little bit better now. I guess I had to like twist it out of place for the first time. But her waist does not have a cut, though it feels like something's trying to move, but it's just attached in there, I guess. She can kick up only to there, so that's not great. She has thigh cut. I think it's going out of focus and in focus and out of focus. Okay, her knee joints are pinless, so that's nice. She's got some pants that look like this. The double jointed knees will get you back that far. I'm going to see if I can make it work. Or that way. You can do either way. Okay. She has no boot cut, sadly. And her ankles hinge back and forth very loosely. So that's a little bit troubling. But there are some notches in there. Okay. And then she does have ankle pivot. Okay. So this pack... I would say, oh, sorry, I forgot. Her diaphragm joint side to side also goes like that. Front and back like that, and forward like that. Okay. And Mary Jane stands at, how high does she stand? She stands at 5 and what is that? 7/8, about 5 and 7/8. So 14.9 centimeters, somewhere in there. Okay. All right. I would say this 2-pack is pretty disappointing. If you bought this at full price, I think you're probably going to be disappointed with it, though it does give like the cartoony feel. I would say hold off on buying it if you don't have to, because I think it is going to disappoint a lot of people. There are some good points about it. This Norman head, or hairy head as you want to use it, does have a lot of good detail to it. And he is making sort of an expression that the other version of this head doesn't have. So it does have some selling points, but yeah, use caution when purchasing. So, okay, guys, do me a favor, and if you're an American, check your voting registration now. Check it often. They're trying to take away our right to vote. It's a sorry state of affairs. Okay, I'm sorry to talk politics at the end of every video. Okay, desperate times call for desperate measures, so toy reviews are getting invaded by politics at the end. Okay, thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video. Maybe something Jurassic Park coming soon. Bye for now.